Hi everyone, welcome to the first of our videos on the themes of biology. Biology is defined as the scientific study of life and can be categorized into these 5 major themes: organization, energy and matter, interactions, information, and evolution. In the rest of this video, we're going to look at organization within biological systems. So here we have the biological hierarchy. This is a way that we can describe the levels of organization within biological systems, from very large to very small components. As humans, we like to break down large complex ideas to make them easier to study and understand, and this is what we refer to as reductionism. The contrast of this is systems biology, which aims to bring components together to understand how they interact to affect the system as a whole. So starting at the highest level of the biological hierarchy, we have the biosphere, the entire planet. And we can break the planet down into defined geographical areas that we refer to as ecosystems. These include all of the living and non-living components within that area. Now, as we work through these levels, we're going to be using the college as an example. So at the ecosystem level, this would include the people, but also the buildings, furniture, air, all of the other living organisms within the campus area, like the grass, trees, animals, and microorganisms. If we decided we only wanted to consider the living entities within our area, we would look at the community level. This would still include people, animals, plants, and microorganisms, but now we're not considering the non-living components like the air or the buildings. We could break that down further to consider a population, and now we're only looking at a single species, like the people within the college. If we wanted to consider a single individual, we'd now be at the organism level. Each organism is made up of organs, like lungs, a heart, liver, kidneys, and so on, that perform specific functions to allow the organism to live. Those organs can be broken down into tissues, which are groups of cells structured to perform a specific function. The tissues can be broken down into their individual cells, and this is the lowest level of the hierarchy at which the properties of life can be found. And we can still break those cells down further into organelles, like this mitochondrion, and you can think of these as organs within a cell, structures that perform specific individual functions which allow the cell to survive. Our lowest level of our hierarchy is the molecules and even the atoms that come together to make up all of the structures within a cell. Now, as we increase in complexity through the levels of organization, we can see emergent properties arise. These are properties or functions that can only exist when all of the pieces are put together correctly. For example, all of the molecules are put together in the correct way to form a cell, then the properties of life can emerge, such as the ability to respond to the environment or to reproduce. Now, the cell is our basic unit of life, and we're going to talk about cells a lot through this course. Our cells will fall into one of 2 broad classifications. They're either prokaryotic or eukaryotic. A prokaryotic cell has no membrane-bound organelles, so it has no mitochondria, it has no nucleus, it still has DNA as its genetic information, but that DNA is not contained within its own individual structure. Now, the type of organisms included in this classification are the bacteria and the archaea. Everything else is classified as a eukaryote, and eukaryotes do have membrane-bound organelles. So they have their DNA packaged up inside of a nucleus, they have mitochondria, they have endoplasmic reticulum, maybe lysosomes, maybe chloroplasts, and various other structures that do individual jobs within the cell. Now, the types of cells included in this classification are animals, plants, fungi, and protists, and we will come to look more at each of those as we work through some of the different material. Thank you for watching, and please make sure that you check out the other videos in this section.